Hey guys, welcome to Nothing Geek TV, and look what I have today. It is HTC Desire 526G Plus pitched against Moto G second gen smartphone. Both of these smartphones have been priced quite similarly, and many people are having many queries and confusions on which phone to go for. Hopefully, this video will help you solve your queries. Now let's take a look at the display of both these phones. Now we got a 4.7-inch QHD display on HTC Desire 526G Plus and a slightly better HD display with a 5-inch uh, diagonal screen on the Moto G second gen handset. As far as the front look is concerned, both the phones are pretty much similar in the sense that they don't have capacitive touch buttons at the bottom, and we have on-screen navigation keys of home, back, and app keys on both the phones. You can easily see, guys, that I'll show you these dotted things are present at the below, and these grills are present at the top of the Desire 526G Plus. However, this phone only got a single mono speaker, which is the bottom speaker. This is not the speaker, but this is the hearing port when a call comes. And the same goes for Moto G second generation smartphone. This is the speaker grill. This is not the speaker grill. A front facing camera is there on both the handsets at the front. On the left hand side of the phone, the normal volume rocker and power on off buttons are there. The thickness of both the phones is pretty similar. And on the top, also, you got a 3.5 jack port. Additionally, on Moto G, you have a secondary mic for noise cancellation. At the bottom, we got port for micro USB port to connect it to your PC, and primary mic for voice input. On the backside of Desire 526G Plus is a bit glossy, but it's not slippery, and it doesn't make the phone look cheap. The backside of Moto G is not glossy. It's smooth. It's and neither too smooth. And this the designing, complete designing. There's some although it's over, but it looks very premium and decent. Uh, both the phones had 8 megapixel camera at the back and HTC and Motorola logo on the back. Overall, guys, the look and feel of both the phones are good. However, I'll rate the Moto G bit higher uh, because you know in terms of design and also the build quality is good enough on both the phones, but the design of Moto G2 is slightly better than what we got on HTC Desire 526G Plus handset. Moving to the performance area now, I ran few benchmarks on the phone. First, let me show you a few important specs of the phone. So guys, as you can see, the Moto G is running Android 5.0.2, which is the latest Android, while HTC Desire 526G Plus is still on Android KitKat. It got a MediaTek processor. This one got a Snapdragon Qualcomm processor. However, there's a 8-core processor in Desire 526G Plus. There's a quad-core processor in Moto G second generation smartphone. Both the phones got 1 GB of RAM. It's 959 MB here, 888 MB here. That's around about the same amount of RAM. 16 GB of total storage and around 12 GB available to the user on both the phones. Now let's see the screen resolution. As you can see, the display, the pixel density is 240 dpi, while on the Moto G2 is 320 dpi. Let me show you the multi-touch on both the phones. So guys, it's a 5-point multi-touch on Moto G second gen, and it's a 2-point multi-touch on HTC Desire 526G Plus. More 90% of the times, it's a 2-point multi-touch is more than enough, but in few games we need more than 2-finger touch. So Moto G will come in handy those times. The camera is also pretty similar. You can see 8 megapixel rear and 2.4 megapixel front in Desire 526G Plus and 8 megapixel 2.1 megapixel front rear and front on Moto G second gen. Now uh, let me talk about the sensors which the phone support. So on the Desire 526G Plus, we have acceleration sensor, light sensor, and proximity sensor. These three sensors are supported. On Moto G second gen, we have direction sensor, G sensor, acceleration sensor, light sensor, e-compass, proximity, gyro, linear acceleration, rotation vectors. So majority of the sensors are supported in this phone, so you can get more functionality by deploying different apps in Moto G2 as compared to Desire 526G Plus. However, when it comes to the score, it's 33,972. It's a really good score in the N22 benchmark, guys. Higher is better, and it's a pretty low score in I won't say it's low, it's a mid-range score in Moto G2 18,828. Now, if you talk about hardcore gaming and really having multitasking like running around 20 apps in the background, which only a few select few of us do, then HTC Desire 526G Plus is the phone to opt for. I mean, you can run games like Asphalt 8 Airborne and other heavy games at high graphic setting in this phone, but that won't be easily possible in Moto G2. You can at the most run those games at low or medium graphic setting. However, moderate to light games will run on both the phones. Multitasking, opening multiple tabs in the internet browser or the Chrome browser is as easy on both the phones as you want. But generally, I'll rate this HTC Desire 526G Plus more powerful and a bit. It has definitely a good advantage in when it comes to performance and multitasking over Moto G second gen. Moving on to the camera now, guys. I've already clicked some images from the front and rear camera of both these smartphones. Uh, the images are similar and have been clicked at the same time. Now let's check out the image quality on both the phones. Now prior to zooming in, the colors are more or less similar. They are a bit more alive in 526G Plus as compared to the Moto G handset. There's a bit of this thing with the touchscreen of the Desire 526G Plus. It's not as easy to maneuver to zoom in to zoom out on Desire 526G Plus. You can see as simple and easy it is on the Moto G second gen. While zooming in, the amount of detail we lose it is slightly higher in Moto G second gen as compared to HTC Desire 526G Plus. Now let's check out some other image, a close-up shot of the same plant. Now, guys, you can clearly see the car in the background is visible in Moto G, while it's not visible due to the sunlight, and the camera has not been able to focus and bring the car in the picture. If I show you closely, you can see the car is visible in Moto G. It's not visible here, but let's check out the object in focus. So again, the clarity of the object in focus is higher in 526G Plus as compared to the Moto G's second gen smartphone. This is the image of my cricket bat and my cricket ball. And let's zoom in and check out the band area. Now, mind you, both of these images have been taken at the auto mode, so Moto G didn't find the flash to be used for this image, while HTC Desire 526G Plus used the flash. So as a result, the image is slightly better in 526G Plus as compared to the Moto G. Let's check out the ball and its cracks. Uh, they are again slightly better in 526G Plus, but around about it's a difference of 1920, not a major difference. Let's come in to the zoomed close-up photograph of the cricket ball. Again, 526G Plus used its flash, whereas Moto G didn't use its flash. So you can see again there's a difference of now 1820. The image is much better in 526G Plus. This is the front camera image, guys. Now, as you can see, the image of this tiger is much clearer with better colors and more detail in Moto G2 as compared to the 526G Plus. The colors are also much more natural in Moto G2 as compared to 526G Plus. Now, this is another image of the front facing camera. And guys, as you can see, I'll just zoom in the photo. Hopefully you can clearly see the amount of detail of the ball which is visible on the Moto G is not there on 526G Plus. So when it comes to camera, guys, it's zooming in out thing is a bit problematic in Desire 526G Plus. Anyway, so guys, as you can see, the rear camera of 526G Plus is better, slightly better than the Moto G2, and the front-facing camera of Moto G2 is better than 526G Plus handset. So it is a case of a tie in terms of when it comes to the camera. Let's talk about the battery. So the backplate of both the phones are removable. However, the battery compartment of the Moto G2 is completely sealed, while on 526G Plus I can remove the battery. It's a 2070 mAh battery on the Moto G2 and a 2000 mAh battery on the Desire 526G Plus. We have two SIM card slots and one micro SD card slot on both the phones. And guys, talking about the battery backup, you will get a slightly larger battery backup on 526G Plus because its screen size and screen resolution is smaller as compared to 526G Plus. But on an average, with moderate usage, you can say 7 to 8 hours of battery life we have on both the handsets. So on the whole, with the moderate usage you will need to charge both the phones before the bedtime for say 15-20 minutes when you're using it moderately. So it's case of tie in the battery life department as well, and we don't have a clear winner in this area. Now let me show you the amount of free RAM available on both the phones. Guys, as you can see, both the phones are having 1 GB of RAM in 526 Desire 526G Plus. It's 466 MB has been used and 493 MB is free, while on the Moto G2 you have a free RAM of 486 MB. Now 526G Plus in its current state is running 3 apps more than the Moto G2. However, these are not really heavy apps, and the amount of free RAM and the used up RAM in real life usage will be similar when you use these handsets. Now, guys, we have talked about many things. Now, let me sum up the things for you. So, in terms of display, a Moto G2 is ahead of 526G Plus with its 5-inch full HD display, not full HD. It's beautiful, and the touch too is better than the 526G Plus. When it comes to the build quality, both the phones are at par, but talking about the design, I'll rank Moto G ahead of 526G Plus. It's kind of sober, but it's kind of classy and premium at the same time. Moving on to the performance department, 526G Plus is clearly ahead of Moto G in the performance department, no doubts about that. Third thing, the camera, it's a tie because the rear camera of 526G Plus is slightly better than the Moto G2, and the front-facing camera of Moto G2 is definitely better than the what we have on 526G Plus HTC Desire handset. Next thing is the battery. Like I said, the backplate is removable, but the battery of both the phones, HTC is removable or not of the Moto G2. But the amount of backup we get on both the phones, the amount of hours with moderate light or the heavy usage is more or less similar. 526G Plus will last slightly longer, 1 hour longer because of its small display and less screen resolution than the Moto G2. But then again, it's not a major difference, and we are having a tie. So guys, if you are not a heavy hardcore gamer and you play moderate to light games on your phone, do decent multitasking like running WhatsApp and other text apps, messaging, checking emails, surfing internet with multiple tabs on, then a Moto G2 is a great device for you. The apps are movable to SD, the display is clean, the touch is really nice, display is beautiful, the build is supreme, and the icing on the cake is that you will be getting the latest software when it arrives uh, uh, in the market. Uh, uh, but on the other hand, if you are really hardcore gamer and do everything on your phone, then HTC Desire 526G Plus is the phone for you. For example, if you want to play as games like Astral 8 Airborne, with the high graphic setting on, then this phone will perform better than the Moto G2 second gen. So friends, hopefully this comparison would have solved out many query of yours. Uh, if you have any other queries or comments, you can use the comment section below. I'll be replying you personally. And if you like the video, kindly hit the subscribe button on your screen so that you stay connected. Have a great day, guys and girls, and hopefully we'll be meeting on YouTube next time. See ya.